This is the first video in the eyeglass lens cleaning case series that I'm going to be doing. It's going to be basically three different versions, one in a soft black cowhide, one in a hard or stiff white cowhide, and then one in very soft, very thin lamb hide. So this will be the pattern for all three of those projects. This is technically pattern drafting, but because I'm not really doing any measurements or actual drafting, then I'm going to just call it create a paper pattern. Now I'm going to make this pattern available on either eBay or Etsy, so just refer to the descriptions of the videos to see where those links are going to be located. So you can actually buy this pattern and use it if you don't want to make your own. Now this process of making a pattern can be used for almost anything that you want, where you take something you like that's in fabric or some other form, plastic, and you essentially just create a pattern out of it and then put it together. So this process or technique can be applied to almost anything made out of fabric, leather, plastic, or whatever. A pattern drafting 101 project. Something really, really simple, whether it's a sheath or, in my case, what I'm going to be working on today, not so much a sheath, I'm going to be working on an eyeglass kit. Now, if you go to a place like Walmart, you can get a little eyeglass kit, kind of like this. It comes with a coupon, comes with a little spray bottle, like so, and then it comes with a little cleaning cloth. No, I think a lot of people just throw these away because they just use their shirt. You wear a lot of cotton shirts and I say, there you go, it's a ready-made wipe. Not the same thing though. It's kind of the redneck eyeglass wipe that you always have on hand. So there you go. The problem with these is they don't last long. This thing breaks on you and then the flap doesn't stay in place, and then whatever lint or crap you have in your pocket slides into here, kind of dirties up your lens cloth. Then you end up with a lens cloth with a bunch of grit and dirt or something else on it that you don't want to use to wipe glasses. That's basically what happens. Most people figure, well, you're just going to throw these away and not use it anyway, or it's going to last about as long as the glasses last. So we're going to make one today out of leather. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do, this is going to be the basic shape. Now I don't know if I'm going to do this strap. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of the strap. So I haven't decided if I'm going to actually do a strap or not at this point. I'm thinking I might do a flap, have a strap, and then have like a little knob here where the strap folds up in and then sets into the knob so it holds in place. That's what I'm actually thinking of doing. Okay, so we take the basic shape here. Let me put this in order here. So I'm going to take a pencil. Let me get a really good close-up here of this so you can really see it well. There we go. There you go. So here you go. Here's the basic shape. I'm going to trace around the edge, like so. See if I can do this without blocking the camera. Let's try it that way. Now I really don't need to do this line because this line is going to be irrelevant. Then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to set this right next to the line, like so. You can see the line right there. Can you see the line? Yeah, okay. And this is about right where that flap's going to end. I am going to take this line right up to there. Take this line right up to there, like so. And then I'm going to do a straight line right across. And that is the basic shape of the item. Now that I've gotten the basic shape, I'm going to square off the lines here a little bit better. And I'm going to make it a little bit wider because this is a little bit too thin if I have to do stitching on the side right here. When I do the stitching on the side, I'm going to lose about 1/4 of an inch right here. And that's something I need to take into account when I make the pocket. So I've got the original line here. I'm going to add on both sides about 1/4 of an inch. For those of you who are using the metric system, it's about 6 millimeters. Okay? So 1/4 of an inch / 6 millimeters on both sides to allow for the extra width of the and then I'm going to square it off like so. Try to keep it uniform. That's a little bit off. Let's move it in a little bit. Like so. And this is going to be our basic square right here. That's the basic square. Right there. So that's my basic shape. Right there. That's the square piece I need to do this with. Okay? Pull that out of there. I might as well just use this right here because it's easy. The rotary cutter is the easiest way just to cut this. I'm going to try to line it up with my lines here. The white lines that I have on this sheet. See if I can show you here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. See, I have these white lines on this mat that I want to use. So I'm going to line this up with my white lines so I get a nice uniform cut. About like there. Okay, rotary cutter. Cuts right through. Okay, we got another piece here. Decided why bother with the line and what point, what's the point. Cut that out. Cut this. And then I'm going to cut this. And this is important. You want to make sure that this line is not off. So you're going to square this off here. Let me zoom out a little bit more. Right here, I'm going to square it off right on this corner. So make sure that this piece here is completely square right along this line, so that when I do this line, you can see here it's off. I'm going to do that right with the line. It doesn't matter if the flap's a little bit longer. In fact, I'd like to have the flap a little bit longer, so I have a little bit more of the room for it. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and add 1/4 of an inch to the flap. There you go. So that's going to be this right here, from here to here, is going to be the flap. About right here to here, it's going to be the flap. like so. So, I know it doesn't look even. It is a little bit off because I screwed up on the rotary cutter, so it is a little bit off, but I'll measure it to make sure it's correct when I actually do it. That's the square I need right there to do. Next thing to do is to pick out your leather.